Okay, that's kind of my thoughts on that. But I think we have to slide on over to the second Scorsese project that we got an update on, his Jesus movie. Reportedly, we have the stars that are cast. We have Andrew Garfield and Miles Teller, right, to star. Ricky Flicks, I gotta say, Garfield's got to be playing Jesus, right? He's got.
Yes, without a freaking doubt, man. So he's been on a hiatus post Tick Tick Boom, No Way Home, Under the Banner of Heaven Hulu show, which was I think his last thing in June 2022. So yeah, right. So he's been on kind of a hiatus. Yes, he's doing that drama with Florence Pugh, which is getting a lot of praise. He's doing another one with Daisy Edgar Jones. Maybe they'll actually share the screen this time, like they didn't in Under the Banner of Heaven. And he was supposed to be in Del Toro's Frankenstein with Oscar Isaac and Mia Goth, but remember he dropped out, and then O'Lordy replaced him. Was it for this? Was it to play Jesus Christ? Dude, he has to play Jesus Christ.
You can't pass up Jesus. You can't pass up
with
Jesus.
Scorsese. When the Pope asked Scorsese to make this movie,
that's a sin.
When he already made a Jesus movie, he has to be playing Jesus Christ, and he's reuniting with Scorsese for another religious movie, right? Silence, 2016. And he was like, if you rewatch that movie, it's still boring, still slow, but it is a very good movie. And he is terrific in it. Terrific. So this is an incredibly smart choice, both by Scorsese getting someone he knows, someone that as literally he knows in a religious role, and Garfield being like, yeah, I'm getting back in the saddle here. I'm doing a couple of dramatic roles, kind of romantic dramas. No, get me back in Scorsese, and I'll be back on the Oscar nomination, potentially winning an Oscar for playing Jesus Christ. Let alone, let's just settle it back down. Maybe not even Oscar nominated, but just a movie with Scorsese. Good for Andrew Garfield. I won't get into Miles Teller because I just went on a huge rant. I'll let you go on for a bit.
This seems like the immediate priority for Martin Scorsese. It's to make the Jesus movie. I think it's only supposed to be 80 minutes. It's supposed to be like kind of the opposite of the runtime that we got for The Irishman and Killers of the Flower Moon. Right? I think he just wants to get this off his chest and get it out there. But it's kind of hard to like frame it like that because it's about Jesus. You know, it's about Jesus. Andrew Garfield, you could have had Jesus potentially as kind of this figure that doesn't appear much in the movie, but it's all about like the followers that he gathers. But you can't do that because Andrew Garfield has been a missionary before in a Martin Scorsese movie. It would be the same exact role, just set in a different time period. Andrew Garfield, this is massive for him. Like to have, he's already worked with Scorsese, and Scorsese was probably like, oh, I've already done a religious movie with Andrew Garfield, a Christian movie, a Catholic movie. Might as well make one again with him, someone I have familiarity with, someone that probably knows what his angle is, Scorsese's angle and thoughts are regarding religion. That's probably like, I have to cast Andrew Garfield. Him in Silence, he looks like Jesus. He just straight up looks like Jesus, you know? But I'm glad that he's getting to be a lead in a Scorsese movie that actually feels like it's going to have a high profile and a lot of people are going to see it. It's going to have a much larger audience than Silence did. And it's going to be not 3.5 hours, most likely. So I'm all in on that, but I'm really interested. Scorsese, he's making a Frank Sinatra movie, which seems like it could be like old school Scorsese, and that's why he kind of wanted to greenlight it. But he also kind of has to still get his fascination with religion off his chest, right? And this is the culmination, right? It's going to be with a movie about Jesus. He's not going to be subtle about it. He is just making a movie about the man himself.
Yeah, you know? And this Garfield casting is literally like what we've been saying. Like every single person that has seen Silence and loves Scorsese was like, Andrew Garfield should play Jesus. And this is actually one of those times where our fan castings actually came into fruition. You know, we think it's not confirmed that he's Jesus, but he's in this movie, so he's most likely Jesus, I think, because it's Andrew freaking Garfield. Because the other story here is Miles Teller. Am I crazy thinking this is crazy? This is shocker. Scorsese must love Whiplash or Top Gun Maverick, or maybe both. Probably Whiplash, to be honest. Why is he casting Miles Teller? This guy, it would be a huge turn for this guy. It more dramatic, right? Since probably his most dramatic since freaking Bleed for this in 2016, and I think Whiplash 2014. So like, holy crap, this guy's like War Dog, Spiderhead recently, Allegiant, Fantastic Four, the worst superhero movie of all time, arguably, and he's getting cast. And he was just in The Offer, which again on Paramount Plus debut didn't do great. Scorsese picked Miles Teller for this role. He must have something in mind and seen something in him, probably from Whiplash or maybe Maverick. But I think my final thoughts on this was the debate that we had at the start of this podcast: Shia LaBeouf versus Teller. Who will get an Oscar first? I Teller, I'm not saying he's going to get an Oscar, at least a nominee for this. I'm not saying anything even close. But if Scorsese sees something in this, and he does pretty well in this, this will set him up for a good career afterwards. If he wants to go away from the action and more towards the dramatic, I don't think it will happen personally. But I just thought of that debate, and I was like, holy crap, Martin Scorsese's casting Miles Teller? Like, that's insane.
I have a lot of thoughts about Miles Teller here. Like, weirdly, probably more than Andrew Garfield. This felt like a moment where Teller is working with someone at the level of Scorsese. I thought after Whiplash in 2014, this would have happened like circa 2017. But if we can recall, he went on a lull, right? People started to not like Miles Teller, right? He kind of got a reputation of being a dick. And so when I saw that this casting was happening, I was like, Andrew Garfield is Jesus. Miles Teller could be Judas.
Dude, I honestly thought he was going to be Judas too, because like you don't put out castings for a Jesus movie and it not be Jesus Christ, and then who's the next like big figure like that
Miles
you remember
Teller,
in the Bible?
He had that reputation of being a dick for a long time.
But
He shred that a little bit or shed that with Top Gun Maverick, But then again, he's gonna be Michael Jackson's lawyer in an upcoming movie, dude.
What is
talk about
Miles
like
Teller has had a
dark,
career.
evil, maybe potential type of character, right? They're not going to depict Michael Jackson as evil in this biopic, judging by people's reaction to the trailer that debuted at CinemaCon. But lawyer, you're not exactly the best person. You're being cast in a Jesus movie. Maybe this is what we always thought. Like Miles Teller just leans into it a little bit, plays Judas. But this was like basically, I just wanted to say this is where we always thought Miles Teller would be. It's just gotten he's gone a roundabout way
Taken
about
10 years
working with Martin Scorsese, right? And he kind of dug his own hole there, but he scraped out of it. He's here. He got it.
Yeah, because like after Whiplash, we all thought, yeah, like you said. But like if you before this news, and maybe before the Michael Jackson news too, I'm thinking, all right, post Top Gun Maverick, he's a star. He's in that Bud Light commercial with his wife or whatever. It's like, could he go back to like maybe like I don't know, like what Glenn Powell's doing? Like it's a little like Richard Linklater. I think he's going a little more higher end, but a lower end Glenn Powell, where like I'm thinking Project X, where he's kind of like the comedic. He's like a kind of a comedic side character. I'm thinking like maybe he does like a Hangover type movie where he is like the Bradley Cooper of that movie. That's like his level, and that's the type of movie, Nothing like this. I didn't think it would be in Michael Jackson as a lawyer.
You got to travel back to 2014 and Whiplash, Ricky. You got to say like
I know, but I thought he missed. I know what I'm saying is I thought he missed like this opening again.
Yeah,
I didn't think this was gonna happen again.
I wrote down in my notes. I said, "quote This is like the quote unquote full circle. He's back on track type of moment."
It is. I really didn't think he would get back here. I didn't. And like, think about it. He tried it in The Offer. That didn't work out either. It's not like he tried to like bleed for this. He tried to continue with the Whiplash, and that didn't work out. Like he's tried to get back on this path and just never worked out. And now it's like, will it work out here? This Michael Jackson biopic. This is maybe his last shot to do it for a while. Probably till like he's old, or never again.